The July 2020 Visa Bulletin is out. As you know, the Visa Bulletin shows you which green card applications are eligible to move forward based on when you filed your I-130 or I-140 petition. That date is your priority date. To stay up to date with the Visa Bulletin, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post next month's update. Before we get into the Visa Bulletin, I want to mention two things that directly affect many of you. One is that routine visa appointments still have not resumed at U.S. consulates abroad. If you are waiting on an immigrant visa appointment, you can check the status of the local embassy or consulate by going to the State Department website and typing in the city. I checked a few cities in the world this way, and I came up with either temporarily closed or accepting emergency appointments only. I would also check the website of the local consulate or embassy directly. The second thing to be aware of is that the USCIS is in big financial trouble and has asked Congress for a large bailout. If it doesn't get it, it may have to furlough 3/4 of its staff in August. Now, this is the agency that processes forms like the I-130 and I-485, and if they're reduced to just 1/4 of their staff with the same number of applications to process, this is surely going to cause some delays. But I wouldn't worry just yet. We'll have to just wait and see if they get the bailout that they've asked for. Okay, now let's move on to the Visa Bulletin. As usual, I will start with the final action dates in the family category. Quick reminder, the USCIS lets you know which set of dates they want you to use for filing your adjustment of status application, the dates for filing chart or the final action dates. What this means is that you can file the paperwork using these priority dates, but the final action dates are when the immigrant visas can actually be issued, and that's why we look at those. This month, they haven't shared which set of dates to use for filing, but if you check this link, it gets updated a few days after the Visa Bulletin is released. Okay, so let's get into the final action dates for the family categories. The F2A category, which is for green card holders sponsoring their spouses, is still current, which is great news, so take advantage of this if you can. The Philippines continues to move forward again this month, advancing 4 months in several family categories. In the F1 category, which is for unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, we see a month and a half of forward movement for most countries. In the F2B and F3 categories, you see between 3 weeks to a month and a half of forward movement across all countries. The F4 category, which is for siblings of adult U.S. citizens, hasn't changed much at all, just a few weeks forward for most countries. Now, let's move on to the employment categories. Last month, the EB3 category moved forward 11 months for all countries except India and China, and in July, it moves forward again by 5 more months. India does see some great movement in the EB1 category again in July, 11 months forward. All other countries other than China and India remain current. The EB2 category remains largely unchanged and hasn't moved much lately. In the EB5 category, the big news is that India is now current and Vietnam and China are now the only countries that are not current. If you have any other questions about how to read the Visa Bulletin, leave me a comment. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button below, subscribe to our channel, and share this with anyone looking for this information. I'll see you in the next video.